I didn't know you were there. Top of the morning to you. It's a good day to be alive. Today is December 17th, approximately, fucking time is it? It's almost 9 in the morning. And yeah, that's all. See you later. I don't know. I'm obviously in a weird mood today. Great to have you here yet again. It is approaching Christmas. We've got, let's see, it's the 17th, so a week and 1 day until Christmas. Can you believe that? It's almost, the year 2020 is almost over. It seems like it just began yesterday. And, you know, this is the time of year where everybody starts doing some introspection and thinking back and thinking forward and setting New Year's resolutions. We know that's coming. Everyone's New Year's resolution this year is to hopefully not be locked down, probably. Yeah, Christmas is in a week and 1 day. That means in a week and 2 days is my birthday. I'm going to be 33 years old. Man, I can't believe that. You know, everybody's like, everyone in their 20s is like, oh God, I'm getting so old. And then it seems like people in their 30s are like, oh yeah, I'm like hella young, you know, 30 is the new 20. And, you know, for all you 20-year-old or, you know, people in your 20s out there who are struggling, you know, or whatever, you think life sucks. Don't worry, it gets better in your 30s. You're smarter, you're wiser, you hopefully have more money, and you don't need as much from other people. I guess typically, that's how it's been for me anyway. That doesn't really mean anything. You know, we all always seem to think that everybody's like us, but you know, that's obviously not true. So anyways, the topic of discussion today is money. So I pay very close attention to the finance industry, stock market, the price of commodities, the value of the dollar, those kinds of things. And most people that I know, their eyes glaze over as soon as they hear the word commodities. Like, most people don't even know what the word commodities is. And I'm not here to teach you about finance. I think you should go educate yourself. Everyone has the internet these days. Investopedia.com has kick-ass resources, will teach you everything you need to know. But what I do want to point out, because I tell the people that I care about the most to, you know, if you have a whole bunch of money in the bank, to diversify your assets. And that's nothing new. Everybody knows you should diversify your assets. But why? Why should you do that? I don't know how many people there are out there that have been saving their whole lives and just have all this money in the bank, but I'm sure there's quite a few of them. And so why is it not a good idea to have all your money in the bank? Okay, let's just do a really simple example here, okay? Let's say that you have $100,000 in the bank. 1 year ago today, you had $100,000 in the bank. You're 50 years old, you've been saving your entire life. This is your nest egg, this is how much money you have. You have 100 grand. Flash forward to today. That 100 grand is worth 91 grand. Does that make sense? Like, you still have $100,000, but it only buys what $91,000 would have bought a year ago. Okay, so that's why you shouldn't have all your money in the bank or in the US dollar. Right now, the Federal Reserve, they are the ones that create dollars, are creating trillions of dollars to stimulate the economy, right? That everything needs to be stimulated. And basically they're keeping everything from freezing completely. They have to keep pushing money in so that people can sell stuff. Otherwise there wouldn't be any money to buy whatever you're selling. So before I lose you on this, just remember that $100 a year ago will only buy $91 worth of stuff today. Okay, so if you want to diversify your assets, what is something that you can buy? Anything that you can hold in your hand is a good idea because it's in your hand. You can hold it. You can put it in your backpack and walk somewhere with it. Your money in the bank is not, it's not yours at the moment. There's a number there on your screen, but you don't have that. And if the internet goes out or the power goes out or something, you can't get it. It's over there. Or God forbid if something else happens and the bank has some issues and they don't have the dollars available, then you can't get them out. So whenever you have money somewhere else or anything somewhere else, it's not in your control. There's an element of risk to that. But what can you buy when you're diversifying assets? One thing you can buy is silver coins, silver rings, silver anything, but silver coins is the most typical. And you can hold those in your hand, and silver will be worth the same no matter what the dollar is worth today. So I told you that the dollar is only worth 91% of what it was worth a year ago. Okay, so what is silver worth now compared to 1 year ago? Well, 1 year ago you could buy 1 ounce coin of silver for $17.75. Today, that coin cost, I think it's $25.86 at the moment. Okay? So that's a 45% increase in the price of that silver coin compared to 1 year ago and today. So let's just compare those two. If you had $100 a year ago, it's only worth 91% of what it was worth a year ago. If you had 1 silver coin, it's now worth 145% of what it was worth a year ago. So the point is, if you have a whole bunch of dollars, it would be wise to maybe buy some silver or buy something else that is a real thing that's going to hold its value as the value of the dollar continues to decline, because the value of the dollar is in a decline and it will continue to decline as more money is created and pushed into the system by the Federal Reserve. And even if that doesn't happen, let's just say the dollar doesn't decline, it's still okay to have that silver. Even if the silver maybe loses a little bit of value, it's still safer to have that in your hand than it is to have all your eggs in a basket somewhere else that you don't control. So that's what I want to tell you about today. There's only like 10 people that ever watch these videos, but there's a few of you out there that I've been telling this to forever, and you don't really pay much attention, but I just want to make sure I've done everything I can to push this point across, because my biggest fear is a few years from now getting calls from people I love and them telling me that all of their savings is gone. I really don't want that to happen. I don't want that to happen to you. I don't want it to happen to me. I don't want it to happen to anybody, but it's going to happen to a lot of people, so don't be one of them. So that's what I have to share with you today. Diversify your assets if you have any. Be grateful for something. Be grateful that the world is still livable today. Be grateful that there's toilet paper at the grocery store. Hopefully there is. I haven't been able to buy TP in like 2 months, but don't worry, don't worry. I had a little bit set aside, thank goodness, but getting a little low. And do something nice for somebody if you can. If you can't, then just do something nice for yourself, and then give yourself a nice pat on the back. All right, I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one.